Let's give it up for DubScandal! Yay! We're back here in a palm. It's my fucking birthday, so I'm gonna be very drunk for the rest of them. Anyway, so we're gonna start this off. Big up Jojo anyway, again. Jojo! So, back at the palm in Sheffield. This is Dubutante Bars. We've got 2 tryouts now. I'd like to introduce on my left, we have the man JACKDAW. Hey. And on my right, also in his first battle now, we've got MADDO.
Not Maddie.
So we've got, it is, isn't it? 360 seconds, yeah? Have you decided who's going first?
Yeah.
So, first round on JACKDAW.
Let's go.
So it's JACKDAW versus MADDO. All that matters now is what we both bring to the table, because I'm here to make holes in dough structures like I'm making bagels. See, if I spit 2 bars, it's Pinky in the brain, because one's genius, the other's insane. I mean, did your friends tell you to be here? Did you bow to pressure? Because I don't need 3 rounds, you'll be finished in 1 like, damn it, fresher. It's JACKDAW, I've got punches you can't stand, and you need to bring jokes, because I don't see Tom as a barman, but on his Facebook I did see that Tom Madison works as Bar God. Bar God. For a tryout, that's a massive ego. You're not a bar god, you're a shit joker. Jared Leto.
It was about joker.
It also says that you work as battle rapping pots. I mean, it's battling, so for an English student, that's a poor grasp of grammar that you've got, but when Tom's in the kitchen, the guy's got skill. He'd even bow the oven so he could get right in its grill. He'll pick up a ladle, get in his face, or a chopping board. Invading his personal space, he's at the end of his third when the waitress walks in like, is there someone in here, Tom? It sounded like you were talking. And he goes, oh no, I was just thinking aloud. But he knows the cheese grater's life would be ruined if he'd finished the round.
So close to the truth as well. Really close to the truth.
Don't you?
Yeah.
Don't you? Let's go!
Alright, now I'll be honest. I'm not entirely sure why I agreed to do this. Normally I come to these events, have a drink and have a chat and be a nuisance. It's different now, I'm standing in the ring. A lot of people I respect in the scene can view this. I did this to give something back. I'm confused as to the reason you did. See, I come to these events when I can afford to. When I get some change, I'll get a break, get a train and get away. It's different though, for me. Or at least it is, I guess, today, because I used to be part of this crowd. And now I'm standing here on centre stage. I am Maximus, looking at this challenger, and I'm asking yous, are you all not entertained? Or you can think of me as Tyler Durden, because I'm that voice inside your mind. I'm that type of guy you'll spend your entire life just trying to find, but you want to watch out. Mess with my project, you're likely to get fried alive, because when the bomb goes off, I'll bring the building down, and I ain't letting the bitch survive this time. And that's round 1, 60 seconds. The second round, this bit's dark, because I don't want people saying I've somehow missed his mark. I'm going to put a disclaimer on this though. Just before I spit this part, you're about to hear some he's a cunt because he's autistic bars.
Yes. I've got some of those. Yeah.
Okay, second round, round 2.
And everyone else in the room.
It's all right. Right, second round.
Right, before he gets into his second, you need to listen to this. I am on the spectrum. My coping mechanisms are sick. I have a diagnosis of autistic spectrum disorder. All that means is that I'm lining up the bodies in alphabetical order. And as far as angles go, maybe this is the harshest dude, but I'm making an effort to keep eye contact in this battle, but it's kind of hard with you. Fucking hell, right. So JACKDAW's a bird, as you probably might mention, but I've got punches so hard that it must hurt when you get hit with those crow bars. But I mean, I'm from Hunter's Bar. Violent bars for me isn't even worth watching. Well, you're about to see so many red shanks you'll think you've gone bird watching. Look, I know you've probably read my blog. You don't know what I'm about. I'm like a golem. You'd be creating a monster if you put words in my mouth. So you can't punch like me. Fucking hell. You should have thought about what you were writing more like Jared O'Mara. I make a stark contrast to this no one, like Arya and Sansa. They get a green light. They gave a green light to Tom's murder, like Avada Kedavra. I'm gonna get enlightenment from this body, like Siddhartha Gautama. You can't scheme like me. Take the Game of Thrones bar. You're a no one, so are you ready to take on this name? Go in blind, you'll have to fight. Face off with Jack and meet an assassin. That's black and white. And fucking hell. Metal bar's not for everyone. But I'm gonna flip that switch and crow on stage like a Slipknot gig, so it's clear to see your second best are Rattleheads, Megadeth. So if we're dueling solo, you can die on stage. You'll have to drag and force him to stay here through the fire and flames. And fucking hell. So you can be Aussie, get that bat to your face, but as a concept, I guess that's getting old, so let's update it. The bat can give you skull wings. That's Avenged Sevenfold.
Hey, talk.
Oh, that's it.
Woo! Bounce on MADDO.
Yeah, I mean, there's still going to be autistic jokes because it's literally around them, so we've got to go for it. We'll start off easy. I don't have a lack of certainty that you have Asperger's, G. I wouldn't normally mention it. To be honest, I think that hurts the scene, but let's be honest, in this battle it's going to turn out worse for me. Ironically. Because you know every line and every verse to every round. Perfectly. I ain't mates with Jack. We ain't mates, Jack. You extend your hand to me after this battle, I ain't going to shake that. I've got to ask though, did you and John plan a 2-on-1? Because your name's JACKDAW. Am I battling a black bird and a white dude in the same clash? But let's be real, because here's something you don't know. You've seen my jobs, but this is something you might like to read, because I have been behind the scenes and quietly I was raising funds for cunts like you. I was knocking on doors and working for the National Autistic Society. And I lost that job.
Why?
Yeah, why? No, I lost that job.
Tell us why.
I lost that job. Why? Because of this for certain. I said I was battling a guy with autism. They said that's fine as long as I didn't hurt him. I said I wouldn't do the battle. Then they sacked me anyway. So now I've been rehearsing to kill this person, because if you weren't such an autistic virgin, I would still be working.
Yes! Let's go.
And that, John, is why I'm content with him. Because I have contempt for him. He might die in a sec when I fly direct at him. You're going to have to put 2 guys in front of me just to try preventing it. I will get up in your face and shout because I know that autistics can be hypersensitive. And if you do think I lost my job because I don't know anything about autism, here's a bit of battle rap trivia for you. Did you know that there are 700,000 people in the UK with autistic symptoms? Did you know that that's the equivalent to 1 in 100 British children? Did you know that parents struggle because there's not funding in the system, and if we all chipped in £1 and a bit, then we could be the ones to make a difference? Think Bobby Rex versus Dank Schrader, because it's up to you lot, innit?
Yes.
Woo!
Round on JACKDAW. Let's go.
Yeah. Right. So in a video you put up the other day, you called yourself the One-Eyed King. So at least you rap to a beat. Maybe I should give MADDO props, but as a nickname that has to stop. The One-Eyed King literally sounds like a massive cock. So so One-Eye's gonna die in this battle. That's Ragnarok, and I don't know the details. If you have a glass eye, that's just Two-Peak. If I said he teaches at Hogwarts, I bet that'd make MADDO moody. Fucking hell. So you go to my old uni. There's no way you're frightening. You study literature because you lack doubt your own creative writing. But my stories have been published. You best believe they were dope. You are not well versed. You can't compete with the pros. So for the pressures of your coursework and exams you're sitting, the only deadlines I'm seeing are the ones you're spitting. So everything I achieve is on a level you can never manage. Ich bin so verdammt glücklich. Ich schreibe Punchlines auf meine zweite Sprache. Slow it down. Translate it. I'm so.
Slow it down. And translate it.
Bring it back.
Say it again.
Again.
Not always how many beans, but let's go.
So
Translate it.
We're gonna find out. So it works.
everything I achieve is something you could never manage. Ich bin so verdammt klug. Ich schreibe Punchlines auf meiner zweiten Sprache. Slow it down.
Translate
I said I'm so fucking clever. I write punchlines on my second language. I mean, so I don't want to hear MADDO compare us. You'd be mad to compare us, and that's because of friends I've made, places I've been to and actually worked, countries I've stayed in, languages learned. I had to speak Vietnamese, Spanish and German, moved to Asia on my own because we're travelling first. My stories have been published. Another one like that's in the works because I'm better with prose than I am with a verse. So what you're seeing is the tiniest bit of my talent with words. At the end of the day, you're a second year. I'm a man of the world.
Let's go.
Oh, that's it.
Final round of MADDO.
You know what rhymes with JACKDAW? With a hairline that poor, you should probably wear hats more.
Facts.
I bet you are on first name terms with the guy who works at the cap store. And one thing I have to ask is, because your name is JACKDAW, a jackdaw is a black bird. What are you trying to be black for? Like, is your alter ego Bonnie Godiva? Because that's a black bird that's known for stealing. What are you trying to imply, bro? Oh wait, let me guess. That you're gonna rob me. That's an obvious lie, bruv. Or maybe he just read the Greek mythology and realised that when the hero speaks, it's up to the jackdaw and he's got to stay silent. That's genuine Greek mythology.
We didn't know.
I noticed that as I said it. It's genuine Greek mythology. Google it.
It might be.
Try Google.
Try Google. Yeah.
Greek mythology.
Greek mythology, yeah.
You're speaking honestly.
Yeah.
Don't use that ad-lib in his rounds.
It's just relief and comedy.
But now, I've also got to talk about your birthday scandals prediction vlog. Because you did caption it and you asked people to say hi to you. I'm not being funny. You realise this is dub, right? This is literally Battle Rap's nicest dudes. Like, people will introduce themselves to you, and I think it's kind of patronising if you're going to try and say to them they have to be invited to. But I get it. It's because you're autistic. You felt you had to get permission, and that's because you're obsessed with figures, the order of numbers and alphabeticism. In fact, you've just realised I've said that word wrong, and you're kind of and you're kind of pissed off that I said it different, but I just said it that way because I was hoping I'd get your head to twitching. So that's my rounds done, and now I'm going to cast him off. I kind of stumbled in a bit, but I guess that's his lot. And anybody here who's thinking this is a joke because it's battle rap, it's not. Because if it wasn't for this cunt, I'd literally still have a job. Time.
Let's go for that battle. Well, let's make some noise for that battle. We'll battle from two first timers this time. This time, it goes to JACKDAW. Let's go! Hold on, Jen. You didn't lie, you didn't shake his hand.